Good evening. Tonight, let's wander back in time to a city of lights and learning on the edge of the ancient world. Close your eyes. Picture the sprawling port city of Alexandria settling quietly into dusk. The sun bleeds its last orange light over the flat roofs, casting long shadows through the narrow streets. From the harbor, the scent of the sea is sharp and clean, mingling with the richer smells of spices from traders' carts. Hear the creak of ropes as ships are moored for the night. Merchants call their last prices in quiet negotiations, but their voices soften, giving way to the hush of evening. You step carefully along worn stone streets, polished by centuries of feet and wheels. Oil lamps flicker in doorways, their glow spilling over inscriptions in Greek, Egyptian, and Latin. The breeze cools your skin, scented with dust, grain, and the faint smoke of hearth fires. Walk slowly, without hurry. Feel the city exhale. Alexandria is not asleep yet, but it has begun to dream. Along the docks, fishermen mend nets in half-light, their fingers quick and sure, sharing murmured jokes. Lanterns hang from hooks in the masts of ships, swaying gently with the tide. Salt clings to your lips. The stone quay is cool underfoot, each slab bearing the memory of countless travelers, scholars, soldiers, and traders. You pause and listen. The hush is alive. A donkey brays far off, answered by laughter. A wind chime rattles softly in a high window. Someone closes a wooden shutter with care. Breathe deeply here. Let the weight of the day fall from your shoulders. You are here in Alexandria, a city of scholars, a city of traders, a city of countless stories waiting to be told. Tonight, we will walk through them slowly. Stay with me. No rush. Let us wander deeper, step by step. Let's continue our slow walk. The air has cooled further now. A soft breeze stirs the linen awnings of merchant stalls, making them ripple like sails at rest. You pass through the evening market, half-shuttered. The chatter of trade has dwindled to gentle haggling, as last-minute buyers negotiate over olives, bread, jars of honey. The scents linger in the air. Fresh figs, crushed coriander, the metallic tang of coins. Candles gutter in clay holders on stalls. A woman wraps her goods in woven cloth, her movements unhurried, practiced. Two boys chase each other between the columns, laughing before their mother hushes them. Listen to the scrape of shutters closing, the tap of sandals on worn stones. The market breathes its last for the day. You step aside to let a donkey cart rumble slowly past. Its wheels squeal on the stones. The driver's voice is low and steady, murmuring to the beast as if comforting it. Pause here. Feel the warmth radiating from the sun-baked walls, even as the night deepens. Notice the subtle colors. Earthy reds, pale limestone, the glow of golden lamplight. Ahead, narrow lanes twist away, leading to homes tucked behind courtyards. Each doorway is marked with faded symbols of protection. A small terracotta amulet, a fragment of painted tile. In one home, you hear the quiet sound of water being poured. A father telling a story to his child in a slow, melodic voice. His words rise and fall like a lullaby, even though you cannot make out the language. Pause. Let your breath match the calm rhythm of this place. Exhale. In Alexandria, even the stories at night move slowly. You wander on, past closed workshops where potters and weavers have finished their long day's work. The smell of wet clay clings faintly. The last threads of dye hang limp, drying in the cool air. A cat slinks across the lane, pausing to watch you with green, unblinking eyes before melting into the dark. You slow your steps. There is no hurry here. Take your time. The night is young. Alexandria waits. Let us wander farther now. The narrow lanes begin to open into small courtyards tucked between simple homes. Low stone walls enclose them, warm to the touch even as the air cools. You hear the hush of trickling water. A small fountain stands at the center of one courtyard. Its basin is carved from pale limestone, worn smooth by generations. Water spills gently from the mouth of a lion's head, falling in a soft, steady rhythm. Pause. Listen to the sound. Slow, predictable. A lullaby made of water and stone. Beside the fountain, a woman sits with a clay jug balanced on her knee. She dips it carefully, moving with the slow grace of someone who has done this every evening of her life. A small oil lamp burns at her side. Its flame dances, casting long, bending shadows on the courtyard walls. She does not speak. She does not hurry. The city is in no rush. It knows the value of quiet work done carefully. Move slowly through this space. Feel the worn stones beneath your feet, cool and familiar. Breathe in the scents that linger here. Wet earth, olive oil, the faint sweetness of fig leaves. Pause. In one corner of the courtyard, an old man dozes on a woven mat. His breath is deep and slow. You see the rise and fall of his chest in the lamplight. He wears a simple linen robe, its folds rumpled from sleep. His sandals lie neatly beside him. Even in sleep, Alexandria is careful, ordered, respectful. You pause near the fountain. The water's song continues. Slow, steady, inviting you to match its rhythm. In this city, even water knows how to be patient. Let your own breathing soften here. Feel tension slip from your shoulders. Allow yourself to rest in the quiet promise of this place. There is nowhere else you need to be. Alexandria holds you in its gentle embrace. Let us leave the courtyard now. Step carefully through the narrow archway that leads back to the street. The stones here are old, cracked with age, but polished smooth by centuries of footsteps. The wind carries the low, steady sound of the sea. A hush, constant, as if the waves themselves are breathing. You walk slowly, guided by the scattered glow of oil lamps set in carved niches along the walls. Their flames flicker lazily in the breeze. Shadows pool and stretch like black ink across the path. Ahead, you see the faint silhouette of a grand porticoth entrance to the great library. Pause here. Let your eyes trace its columns. Each one is tall and sturdy, marked with chisel lines and inscriptions in Greek. The stone is pale, reflecting the lamps with a soft, even glow. You approach slowly, savoring each detail. Above you, a carved frieze depicts philosophers debating, scrolls in hand. Their faces are serene, their robes caught forever in a gentle stone ripple. You pause to run your fingers over the inscription at the base. The letters are worn but legible. Knowledge offered freely to all who seek it. Breathe here. Let that promise sink in. All knowledge, waiting. All stories held safe. Step between the columns. The marble underfoot feels cool, grounding. You hear your own footsteps echo in the portico's hush. A lone lamp burns beside the massive wooden doors, its flame steady and quiet. You pause to watch its slow dance, a reminder that even knowledge needs light. In the silence, you hear faint voices inside. Low murmurs, respectful, never hurried. Scribes exchanging thoughts. Scholars sharing ideas. Alexandria's heart beating in quiet conversation. You stand at the threshold, breathing slowly, letting the calm soak into your bones. Here is a place that waits for you, always ready to share its secrets. You exhale, softly, as the night holds you steady. Let's step inside now. The heavy wooden doors yield with a gentle creak. Cool air greets you, carrying the unmistakable scent of old papyrus and melted wax. Pause. Breathe in slowly. The library wraps around you like a cloak. Protective. Calming. Your footsteps fall softly on polished marble. The space is vast, its ceiling lost in shadows. Rows of scroll racks stretch in orderly lines. Each shelf holds hundreds of carefully labeled works. You see wooden tablets marked with faded ink, clay seal impressions to track borrowings, lists of titles copied by steady hands. You hear the hush of voices, low, respectful. Scribes lean over long wooden desks, lamplight casting gentle halos around them. One dips his reed pen into ink, slow and precise. He moves, without hurry, carefully tracing each letter onto creamy papyrus. Letters from far-off lands. Languages older than memory. Another scholar rolls up a finished scroll, ties it with a narrow strip of leather. He places it gently among the others. Ordered. Waiting. The room glows with quiet purpose. The only sounds: the scratch of a stylus, the soft shifting of robes, the faint hiss of oil lamps. You stand still, letting your eyes adjust to the gentle light. Columns rise around you, carved with scenes of learning. A teacher, gesturing calmly. Students, seated cross-legged, listening with quiet intent. Pause. Feel your own mind slow here. Thoughts drifting like dust motes in the lamplight. Let them settle. Let them grow quiet. The library holds every question you could ask. Every answer, too. But there is no need to hurry. Knowledge is patient. It will wait for you here. Let's wander farther inside. You move past the main hall, following the glow of small lamps set in iron brackets along the walls. The air here is cooler, heavy with the scent of old ink and beeswax polish. Pause. Listen to the quiet shuffle of feet on marble. Soft coughs. The creak of a wooden stool. All sounds hushed, respectful. Ahead, the reading room opens before you. Long tables of dark wood stand in neat rows. Each table is lit by oil lamps, their wicks trimmed low to cast pools of gentle light. Shadows gather in the corners like silent watchers. Scholars sit with bent heads, scrolls unrolled before them. Their fingers glide over the smooth papyrus, tracing lines of text copied by careful hands. Greek, Egyptian, Aramaic. Languages woven together in this house of learning. One scribe reads aloud in a hushed monotone, reciting passages for a listener who nods slowly. The words are ancient, measured, deliberate. You cannot catch their meaning, but the sound itself is soothing. Pause. Let your eyes wander to the catalog shelves. They stand against the walls. Sturdy, well-crafted, holding dozens of tablets and scroll lists. Each tablet is etched with titles and authors. Works organized by subject. Mathematics, philosophy, medicine, poetry. You see the careful notches made to keep count. A librarian stands nearby, checking records with calm precision. He traces the titles with a worn fingertip, lips moving silently as he reads. He pauses to look at you, nodding once in welcome, acknowledging your presence without words. Then he returns to his task. Knowledge catalogued, preserved, waiting patiently. The air seems thicker here, heavy with the promise of learning, but also safe, comforting. You pause beside a shelf. Reach out and rest your hand on the cool wood. Feel its smoothness, its age. Let your breathing slow. This is a place of order, a refuge from chaos, a sanctuary for quiet minds. Let's wander deeper now. Past the main reading room, you find a smaller doorway, partly hidden in shadow. A heavy linen curtain hangs there, blocking drafts, muffling sound. You push it aside slowly. The fabric brushes your arm with a whisper. Beyond it lies a narrow corridor lined with small alcoves. Each is just large enough for a table, a stool, and a single lamp. Scholars use these private spaces to think, write, translate in silence. One is empty. You step inside. The walls are stone, cool to the touch. The lamp flame flickers gently, casting steady light over the tabletop. You see scraps of papyrus left by another hand. Careful notes in tiny script. A fragment of a poem. A list of herbs for remedies. Pause here. Let your eyes trace the writing, even if you don't know the words. Appreciate the steady patience that carved each line. Rest a moment in this quiet chamber. Let the hush settle around you. Let your breathing match its gentle rhythm. When you step back into the corridor, you follow it farther down. The air grows cooler, tinged with the dry scent of papyrus and ink. You enter the scroll storage room. Shelves line every wall, each one packed with scrolls bound in leather ties. Labels mark them in careful handwriting. Titles in Greek, Egyptian, Hebrew, Latin. The smell is rich and earthy. Papyrus, old glue, faint traces of sandalwood from imported goods. Pause. You run your fingers gently along a rolled scroll. The surface is smooth, but the edges are rough with age. You imagine the voices captured here. Ancient mathematicians, physicians, philosophers, poets, all waiting, all preserved. Alexandria's gift to the world. You pause. Feel the stillness. Let your thoughts soften here. The weight of history is gentle, reassuring. Breathe. There is time for everything. Let's remain here a while longer. The air is hushed, holding its breath. A lamp burns low in the scroll room, casting warm light across ancient texts. Shadows shift gently on the walls as the flame wavers. You stand very still, listening. There is no sound, but the quiet crackle of the wick and the soft settling of dust. Every voice, every thought preserved here waits patiently for dawn. You sense the weight of centuries, but it is not heavy. It is comforting. A promise kept. You leave the scroll room slowly, retracing your steps. Past the alcoves where scholars sleep with heads pillowed on their arms. Past the reading room, where a lamp guttering out marks the hour. You walk carefully, respectful of the hush. At the entrance, you pause to look back. The library seems to breathe. Alive with memory. Alive with care. You step outside. The city is softer now. The lamps in the streets burn lower. The wind has settled. Only the sea's quiet breathing remains. You wander slowly through the empty lanes. Past doors closed tight. Past courtyards, silent but for the slow drip of water in a fountain. Past walls that remember every voice that ever spoke here. Pause. You stand at the edge of the harbor, watching the last glimmer of light fade behind anchored ships. Masts sway gently, silhouetted against the dim sky. The air smells of salt and possibility. You close your eyes. Listen to the water lapping at the quay. A rhythm older than memory. Let it calm you. Let it hold you. There is no need to leave. No need to wake. Stay here as long as you wish. Let Alexandria watch over you. Let the night carry you. You are safe here. Always.